Okay, so I was like, hot tub's looking a little green, not too bad, so I added some shock. I was about to change out the filter. Um, Something that happened though is when I went to go turn this, you can hear the air in the filter. So it's not doing as much anymore because most of it came out, but it was like shooting out the jets and stuff. Um, when something like this happens, it really won't filter very well, which probably explains the green. I also got a nice little nasty bubble right there that just formed. Um, so what you want to do is when you do take this filter out to clean it, dip it all the way in this hot tub and fill it up with water, and then quickly pull it back out and then drop it in here. I know I haven't showed you that, and it's kind of weird, but I think that's probably why it kind of turned green, is because it wasn't actually filtering. Okay, so I cleaned the filter because why not? So now it's ready to go back in. Figured I'd show you this part. So dip this whole thing straight down into the tub. A lot of air is going to come out. Maybe flip it over, roll it around. So now from here, we'll go up and into the tub. Back in. Always make sure that there's nothing blocking that part down here where this end goes. So I'm going to push that down. Make sure it's sealed up there good. Try not to drop my phone. And then turn that side to tighten it up. Something I'll probably have you do though, because I think this is actually why the filter's getting like weird, like the one you sent me earlier today, like separating, is because air in like 3/4 of the filter, and if there's air in it, then that part of the filter won't filter. So I think all the filtration is going through that one little part. So anyway, I just turn the hot tub back on. Come back over. Okay. Oh, hopefully it kicks back on. So I'm going to turn on the jets here because I want water to be going through that. Because we're just going to double check to make sure that there's no air in it. Okay, so water's flowing through. From here, I'm just going to take the filter and roll it over. You can hear like air coming out. Roll it a little bit more. Roll it a little bit more. Good. So this is a lot less air than came out earlier, but I'm still there's definitely still air coming out. You can hear it, it'll come out of the jets. You can kind of see it too. But anyway, I'm just gonna turn it real slow, just a little bit at a time. Make sure all the air's out. Cool. I think that's good. Okay, so I think that'll make it filter better and stay a little cleaner. Don't forget the little rocks on the bottom. Just use that vacuum. Okay, so I just got this, which you've seen this before, open flow switch. Granted, it just went away, but let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off these jets. Cool. Go to home, and then right now there's nothing running, and it's pretty foggy. But I want just like the heater to run, because we're gonna see if this filter has a bunch of air in it. Also, this is the one that's leaking, so just keep an eye on the water level. And it scums up super easy. So you can see, like, let me switch the camera. You can see, like, right there. Keep an eye on that. I cleaned it last week. Yeah, I cleaned it when you were gone. But this white shows so much more than the other one. So just keep an eye on that. Okay, so some water is coming out. Man. But what I'm gonna do, I want water coming out because I want to know that there's water coming through here. So I just turned up the heat because that's gonna make it flow water. But let's take this, turn it over, see all this air coming out. So when air comes out like that, that means that water does not filter. And this is something I've never told you before, so I don't think. Man, there's still a lot of stuff in there. You could do this with the jets on. I just wanted to show you without the jets on, that way you can see better. Get my shirt wet. Yeah, I see that flat spot you're talking about. Likely this is the only part that was filtering. Okay. I'm surprised so much stuff came out. I might go over just how to spray this off. When you do spray it off, you want to make sure that you're pointing down in like a 45-degree angle, starting from the top, going all the way down to the bottom. If not, you just shove this stuff like deeper up into it. The filter came out, so it's a good time just to check that little hole here, and it's good. It's good. So it's not dirty. Sometimes if a leaf gets stuck under there, it won't filter well. But that's it. I would suspect when I turn the jets back on, I probably won't get that warning of like the airlock. Okay, I promise. Last thing, hopefully. There's a bunch of like styrofoam beads in it, which I have no idea where that came from. You can see that. But I wanted to mention, as you go around, I know on the other one I just kind of like spun it. But as you turn it, I can try to get these out. As you turn it, just kind of like open up those fans. Just to make sure the air comes out, because like quite a lot of air is coming out, but I don't know, I feel like if you just give it like a once over with your thumb, now like the styrofoam's coming out and that kind of stuff, so that could be blocking it. But you want those bubbles out, because if bubbles don't come out, it does not filter. They will not rise to the top because there's suction going through it, so it'll like hold the bubbles down into the filter. More styrofoam. I have no idea where that's coming from. Kind of makes me worried. Anyway, I'm just going around until all the bubbles come out. I'm also trying to get this styrofoam out, which I really hope it's styrofoam and not something more important. You get the idea. But anyway, I'm just going to go all the way around until no more bubbles are coming out, because
for whatever reason, these hot tubs are like staying green, and you're doing a good job. Like the chemicals are balanced. Watch this scum around the side again. But it should be much easier, especially in the winter when people aren't wearing sunscreen and stuff. So we're doing something wrong. I'm hoping this is a fix.
Okay, so I was like, hot tub's looking a little green, not too bad, so I added some shock. I was about to change out the filter. Something that happened though is when I went to go turn this, you can hear the air in the filter. So it's not doing as much anymore because most of it came out, but it was like shooting out the jets and stuff. When something like this happens, it really won't filter very well, which probably explains the green. I also got a nice little nasty bubble right there that just formed. So what you want to do is when you do take this filter out to clean it, dip it all the way in this hot tub and fill it up with water, and then quickly pull it back out and then drop it in here. I know I haven't showed you that, and it's kind of weird, but I think that's probably why it kind of turned green, just because it wasn't actually filtering.